Today we're going to take a quick look at this digital photo frame brought to you by Nixplay. The company did send this over for me to check out and make this video. And this thing is pretty amazing. It has a ton of features and makes a really great gift. So let's go ahead and talk about some of those features. Now the app does a great job. So it does have an app. I'll show you that more about that in a second. Also has a really nice setup guide just to walk you through it. But as far as the photo frame itself goes, very good quality. This one is just super nice and you can put this anywhere. You put this in an office, a living room. It kind of matches anything with this color scheme, which is super nice. Also, it just plugs right into the wall, right like that. So super easy. And once you get it plugged in, you turn it on, you connect this to the Wi-Fi, and then you will set up your phone and connect it as well. Super simple. Once again, the startup guide will walk you through all of that. So once you have the app ready, you can do a couple different things. One, you can just tap the photo album to turn it on if you want to, and then you can just hit the play button. So I actually paused it there, but now you can play. So you can put videos on here, you can put photos on here, and you can control a lot of that from your app. So once again, I can come in, I can set up an album, and then I can jump into my favorites album, I can jump into a test album, and I can just add stuff to it. So if I said take a picture, I'll just take a picture real quick and do all this stuff. Let's see, I'll just take a picture of myself. There we go. Goofy looking picture. And now I can add that right to the album. So it sent it from my phone to here. Now the really neat thing is I can actually share this album with other people. So my family members, my friends, I can give them access to this photo frame through the app on their phone, and then they can send pictures. Now what I can also do is if I was giving this as a gift, I could go into download the app, and then say, hey, I'm setting this up as a gift to someone else. And then I could preload a bunch of images. So if you're doing this for like a grandmother or Mother's Day gift or something like that, you could, or maybe your dad or your grandpa, you want to load up a bunch of cool memories for them. And then when they open the gift and activate it, they're going to be on there, which I thought was super, super cool. So as far as putting photos on this, once again, this is all connected to Wi-Fi, and then I'm just putting stuff into albums and dropping it in here. Now, there's a lot of other stuff you can do with this app as well. So this is the photo frame. I can play, pause from here. I can switch the scene. I can, apply any of these changes. I can set up a sleep schedule, light, brightness, the audio, the motion sensor. It has a motion sensor on there as well. So when you walk into a room, it'll turn on. You can turn it to go off. You can see how long the duration is, each length of the photo. So if I want to come in and change that to 5 seconds, I can change that to 5 seconds. And then I can go into playable albums. So if I have multiple albums, I can tell it which ones I want it to play. So if I want to say, hey, let's play the favorites album too, I can do that. And then it's just going to sync on there. Or I can do a random transition, jump cut, random transition, circle, swipe, directional, slice, move in. Let's just do move in. Let's see what that does. And so all this stuff is changing, and it will just let you know settings, changed there. So now this is in a horizontal orientation, as you can see there. So let me just show you. I'll try to get these studio lights out of there, but you can see the orientation is in a horizontal format. Now, a lot of that stuff on the screen was vertical, like this picture here, which is no problem. I can just switch this foot over and now put this in a vertical position, and it will actually reorientate itself automatically. Now I'm going to keep it in horizontal just because it shows up better on the screen, and then I'll kind of tap in here and show you some of the stuff you can do. So you can turn it off from there as well, and then you can play and pause. So if I was going to bring it back up, and I could hit pause on there if I wanted to. There's my little English bulldog. But if I want to hit pause, I could pause it. I can play it. I can adjust all the settings. So let me jump back over and just show you some of the settings actually on here that you can do. So once again, I can tap into here and choose which albums I want to play. I can play all, or I can just say test album, and then I can have it just play the test album. Then what I can do is I can jump into settings. I can change the display mode if I want to. I can do brightness, volume. I can go to all settings, and there's a bunch of settings in there as well that you can jump to. Now, if you are swiping through and you say, "Oh man, that's my favorite. I want to add that to my favorites," you can just tap on there and have that be your favorite. So it's going to do audio, video, photos, a lot of fun. And I think one of the coolest things is you give this as a gift, you can preload it with photos and all that kind of fun stuff. So if you're looking for a really nice digital photo frame that's touchscreen, and most importantly, it's just really easy to use, which is what I liked about it. Right out of the box, great setup guide, simple to use. So if I am sending this to someone like my mom who might struggle a little bit with tech, then she's not going to struggle with this. All right, I think that is it. I covered most of everything in there. And once again, it does a lot more stuff in the app that you can discover on your own. Hope this helps.